What's going on, everyone? It's time for another action horror film review. Today we're actually going to talk about another franchise. We're going to start talking about the Underworld movies. Today we're going to talk about Underworld. It was released September 19th, uh, 2003, by Screen Gems. It was produced by Kevin Graveback, produced and written by Danny McBride, and produced and directed by Len Wiseman, who actually would go on to direct the sequel Underworld Evolution and help write Underworld Rise of the Lycans, Underworld Awakening, and Underworld Blood Wars. And but he also did like Total Recall, the 2012 remake, Ballerina, and Live Free or Die Hard. This had a budget of $22 million and it was a big hit when it came out. In 2003, this was really big for this type of horror film, action horror film sort of thing. This is in the same vein as like Blade and things like that. Dark stuff, almost comic book style, and it's really cool. So Underworld is about a young like a 20-30-year-old woman who is actually orphaned, but she's a vampire. She was orphaned when she was younger by the vampire sworn enemies, the Lycans. And so she's there working with the vampires to protect their kind and stuff in the underworld amongst the public and stuff. And she comes across a hybrid, and she slowly starts using him to her advantage and trying to keep it. Well, first she thinks the human who has special knowledge and stuff of the Lycans, and then she basically uncovers much more than she's expecting, and the war begins between the Lycans and the vampires. Overall, this film is action-packed. It is nice and dark. It has a cool, interesting blue filter sort of style aesthetic to it, and which actually kind of complements it and hides some of the flaws of the production and stuff like that with it. It has some pretty just amusing fight sequences in it. It has one of the most unrealistic gun scenes in it, and it has some pretty well staged fight choreography, and it looks really good. The special effects and everything hold up, and overall, and there's a lot of good practical stuff in it. And it's pretty well done. I thought I really enjoyed like the story that they were telling. It's pretty simple, and also comes off pretty straightforward, and it's pretty easy to follow. You could definitely tell there's some padded scenes in there though, and some of the acting from certain characters might not be the strongest, but for the full like scope of it, they definitely kept you on your edge of your seat, especially if you haven't seen it before. I haven't watched it in years like me. It was definitely a lot of fun reliving it. It definitely hooks you in and just pulls you into this interesting world, and they definitely do a good job. It's like Blade when they introduce you to all the vampires and stuff and the club scene and stuff. It's similar to that when you watch it. I know a lot of people that would turn this on for background music and background noise, and then actually sit down and end up watching like 3/4 of it instead of doing what they were going to plan to do and stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's besides a little bit of not so great acting and some cheesy stunts and stuff like that, I thought it was a pretty well done film. It's definitely something different, especially for the time, and something amusing into it. If this was a one-off film, this would have been really good. Well done. The franchise is a hit and miss, but we're going to be covering it. So, but for Underworld, I'm going to give it a 4.5. I actually really enjoyed it, and I really like it. So, it's definitely for me. And you like bloody fights and some cool practical werewolf stuff and everything like that. It all looks really well and works really well. So definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. I'll link the trailer down below so you can see what I'm talking about down there. Also, make sure you check out my Instagram as I post clips of films and review in the future. All my stories are the film hashtag and subject on film and hashtag, so you're aware of it. Also, my letterbox down below, Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films. And my Twitter's down below, reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms. Stay in loop with this channel. Like this video, share some more people wherever. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. And also let me know what your favorite Underworld film is if you have one. Also, if you have any films or film franchises in any genre and on any streaming service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment them down below. I'll try my best to get them as soon as I can if I can find them. Yeah. Well, yeah, make sure you subscribe. Hope we find something weird, obscure, and odd that you probably never thought of checking out together, and also see your opinions on popular films, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell because, well, we're going to talk about Underworld Evolution, the second one, in the next review. So make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for all those vampires and werewolves fighting amongst us. They're always a nuisance, and they always get in the way. So, yeah, watch out for them, and I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.